Later, he will do what God calls him to do. Later, he will offer his son as a sacrifice, testing that faith to show that it is true. And that act is not itself what is righteous, but the faith that is here, that produces itself later in those works, is righteous. And if you are truly trusting in Jesus, and have truly committed yourself, it will produce works. It will produce a change in your life. Truly believing something and someone as credible and trustworthy makes a change. If someone was to come in here and say, the building's on fire, you need to leave immediately. If you believed that person was credible, maybe they had firefighting experience, they knew what they were talking about, they could recognize smoke, and you believed the content of what they were saying, you wouldn't stay seated in here. Right? You would act, you would move based on that warning of what was told to you. And when Christ says, trust in me and you will be saved, if you believe him and you believe the facts, you will commit yourself to him and it will result in works, that you will do what he calls. So that truly trusting is not something that you yawn and go back and eat your leftover turkey sandwiches. It's something that means I've changed. I'm new. I'm different than what I was before I believed. So let's go a little bit further with the bridge analogy. And this is such good news for us. Because Abram stumbled. Abram later on decides he's going to have a child by someone other than Sarah. He has faith, but it's a stumbling faith. He has faith, but it comes to action. He actually does things, but he still messes up and stumbles. If you run across that bridge, or if you crawl across the bridge on hands and knees, you still get across the bridge, because what saves you is what you're trusting in, not your faith. Right? It's what you're holding. What you're holding to is who saves you. And if you're trusting in him, you're going to stumble and you're going to stagger, and your faith might not be incredible, but the one you trust in is. And he redeems you and will keep his promises and saves you. Faith is trusting in the person of Jesus,